best way to prepare for any creative writing question is to have as many story plans memorized as possible, okay? And my suggestion is, when you are thinking about different story plans to write out for creative writing and what to anticipate, think about it in terms of settings, okay? Structure your story plans according to the different settings that you're really likely to encounter, either in the image or the statement that you need to write a creative writing question for. So as you can see behind me, one of the story plans that I would suggest generally just literally memorizing is a story based in a forest or kind of like a wooded area, okay? A place where there's lots of trees, lots of plants, etc., okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through this suggested framework if you were to encounter a creative writing question where you can kind of use a forest setting and create some kind of intrigue and build up around your story. So let's start off at the beginning. My suggestion, if you were to write a story based in a forest setting, is you basically have your protagonist, right? So you can write it from first person perspective or third person framework. However, I'm going to talk about this from a first person narrative framework, okay, using I. So I, or you as the author, so you're on the camping trip, okay? So you're on a camping trip with your family. You're having a great time, the sun is shining, it's a great afternoon, okay? And I would suggest starting off in the afternoon, and I'll show you why, okay? So you're currently on a camping trip, right? The story begins with you on a camping trip with your family. And you're kind of bored, you've been with your family all afternoon and all day, and even in the previous days to even get there, you're kind of bored, so you decide, do you know what? There's nearby forest near where we are camping, so you decide in the beginning paragraph that you're going to sneak away to explore a forest, and this is in the afternoon, okay? So maybe you can use pathetic fallacy here to kind of have, you know, the sun's warm rays filtering down, you kind of sneak away, and maybe the story can begin as you're sneaking away, right? As you're sneaking away because you're kind of tired of hanging out with your family all the time, okay? So you're on a camping trip, you sneak away. Now in your build up, you get to the forest, you get to the edge of the forest, you're really excited, you see all of these different trees, you've got the pine trees, you've got the oak trees, you've got willow trees, all of this different types of foliage, lots of different flowers, and you decide to walk through the forest because you're so keen to just explore it by yourself, okay? So you walk through this forest, and as you're going, right, so the leaves beneath your feet are crunching, you're looking around, you're inhaling, you know, the earthy scent of the forest. Remember, you're using lots of sensory language. You then notice a shy fawn, which is a baby deer, right? So you notice a little shy fawn, which is quite cute. And so you decide to chase it, okay? So you're like, oh my gosh, I just want to cuddle this fawn. Let me chase it. Now, what could be your third paragraph, your problem paragraph? So maybe in your problem paragraph, this is where you're trying to catch this fawn. You're really keen to catch it because you just want to pet it. It's such a cute fawn. You're in the forest, right? You're super excited to see it. So the fawn, it maybe clumsily runs away from you, right? So it's kind of like a little baby deer, and it's kind of like, you know, not very good at running away. So it clumsily runs, and you get really close, you get tantalizingly close to catching this fawn, just so that you can pet it. But just as you get close to this fawn, it suddenly sprints off, it runs away. And you realize, once it's run off, you look around and you realize that in your keenness to catch this baby fawn, you didn't realize or trace your steps into this forest. And suddenly, now this is the main problem, you are lost. So there's actually two problems and two layers here within this story, because the first issue and the first problem in your story is you're chasing this clumsy fawn, right? It's running away and it's running clumsily, so you want to catch it. But the second more fundamental problem is that you're lost. You now look around and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in this forest. I've never been in this forest by myself. My family doesn't know where I am, and I'm lost. Now, you had started in the afternoon. This is where you can use pathetic fallacy to really change the tone and to make it a little bit more scary, because in your resolution paragraph, you search for a way out as twilight falls. Twilight is that period of time as the afternoon falls just before it gets dark. So it gets darker, the sky, you know, has this explosion of colors. It's kind of lavender, it's cobalt, it's amber, but the forest is darkening, and you're realizing that if you don't find a way out soon, you might be trapped there. And the ending could end with you going from being really happy and excited to now tears filling your eyes as the forest starts darkening and it grows silent, okay? So of course here, there's no such kind of resolution where you found your way out, okay? You don't want to make your story move too fast. You know, you enter the forest and then suddenly you find yourself out, right? Build it up, and there doesn't necessarily have to be a definite solution at the end where you found your way out or when something catches you, okay? You can still have a really, really powerful ending where the forest simply starts darkening and it grows silent and you're just really scared. Tears are filling your eyes, your heart is racing, you know, you can feel your heart drumming within your chest and you're really terrified, okay? So that would be my suggestion when it comes to a story related to a forest setting.